1 week ago, Tim Lincecum struck out 5 over 6 innings, and with a little help from his teammates, he picked up his first win of the season by beating the Dodgers. Tonight, the Giants will try to beat their rivals for a 4th straight time. It won't be easy as Adrian Gonzalez continues his hot start, leading the National League in home runs. The rivalry continues tonight, Giants-Dodgers, and it's coming up next.
The road trip continues tonight. We're at Dodger Stadium as we get ready for Giants baseball, game 1 of this 3-game series, Giants and Dodgers. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, Dodgers didn't very much like getting swept in San Francisco, so I am a sneaky feeling that they're going to be ready for this series. And the Giants are hoping that Tim Lincecum's ready.
Well, I don't know if you can ever sneak up on a rival. I've always believed that when these two teams do get together, that it's game on. And having swept the Dodgers in San Francisco, you know they're going to want to try and get even back here in Los Angeles, especially in front of their crowd. Tim Lincecum facing the Dodgers 2 consecutive starts, and that is always a test for any pitcher. So we'll watch that very closely. But the one thing that will be the key in this series, in the last game in Colorado, the Giants did not do well hitting with runners in scoring position, and that stat has to change if they're going to do some damage in this series.
All right, Dodgers a good ball club. Stay tuned. We will take you to our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Willamette Bay area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. By Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability and resale value. Toyota, let's go places. And by DraftKings.com. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com with the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Enter promo code ORANGE for free entry.
Back at Dodger Stadium as the Dodgers take the field. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, the admission-free boardwalk. Visit online for park hours at beachboardwalk.com. 77 degrees, very light winds, humidity at 29%, and it's a clear night. Take a look at the lineup that Anderson will be facing. It'll be Aoki, Panik, and Pagan. Posey will be the cleanup hitter. Then Maxwell, Susak, and McGee. Crawford will hit 8th and Lincecum 9th. So here's Nori Aoki to lead things off. Giants come in with a record of 8-11. The Dodgers are 11-7, and the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get started right on time, and Aoki takes down low. Panik to follow. Aoki hitting .303 with 3 runs batted in. Eric Cooper says that's a strike. It's 1-2.
See a lot of low strikes with Eric Cooper, one of the lowest strike zones in the league. But his corner's not very big. It is a tight zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Don't get a lot of bell high strikes with Cooper, but you will see some strikes below the knees, lower than what you normally see.
And there's a half swing foul.
On the hill tonight for the Dodgers will be the left-hander Brett Anderson, 6'3", 240-pounder. He's 27 years old in his 7th year at the big league level. And when you take your at-bats against Brett Anderson, you're going to see a fastball that's low 90s, curveball, slider, changeup.
On the ground, Uribe misses. Rollins throws, not in time. And that's how this game gets started, on an infield hit.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Brett Anderson tonight for the Dodgers. Starting in the outfield, it'll be Crawford, Peterson, and Ethier. Rollins and Uribe on the left side of the infield, and Kendrick and Gonzalez on the right side. Yasmani Grandal will be in the squad, putting down the signs. Once the ball gets past Uribe, it was going to be a very tough assignment for Rollins to have enough arm to get Aoki. Aoki doesn't have a lot of backswing, and he gets out of that box very quickly. So just like that, Anderson in the stretch.
So here's Panik hitting .303. And he takes a pitch down low. Aoki does have 5 steals on the year. Mike was talking about Anderson. Anderson in 4 innings allowed 9 hits in 4 runs in that start in San Francisco. No walks and a strikeout. And Anderson trying to freeze everybody, including the broadcasters. Pagan to follow. This is hit into center field for Peterson, who comes jogging in, and he'll make the catch. And that'll bring up Angel Pagan. One thing you notice about Peterson, he's very athletic, but he will play a little deeper than most center fielders.
Yeah, I was surprised with the reputation that Peterson had for being a great defensive center fielder, which he is. He plays unusually deep.
And it may be, Mike, that he has tremendous confidence in coming in on balls. So here's Pagan. Pagan hitting .355. He's coming off a game where he went 4 for 6 on Saturday. And the first pitch is high to Pagan. He's 1 for 4 lifetime against Brett Anderson.
And a very dry night. Lots of carry. I'm talking foul line to foul line. Batting practice today was it was a lot of home runs going up in the bleachers. Now as it gets later here and you get a little marine layer coming in, it will get tougher to hit balls out. But right now it's a live ballpark.
Aoki goes, swinging a drive into center field. Peterson playing deep. Can he get there? He does! And now Aoki's got to get back. Rollins throw, double play. Well, what a great play by that young center fielder, and he turns it into a double play.
And there's a reason he plays deep. But I don't care. This is just a great play.
And take a look at the line of Lincecum will be facing. It'll be Rollins, Ethier, and then Adrian Gonzalez. You see where Gonzalez ranks this season. Pretty high in everything. It'll be Howie Kendrick and then Grandal, followed by Crawford, Uribe, and Peterson. And Anderson, of course, will hit 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the right-hander Tim Lincecum, 5'11", 170-pounder. Lincecum, 30 years old, and he's an 8-year veteran at the big league level. 1-1 on the year with a 2.0 ERA, 14 strikeouts against 7 walks in 18 innings. You'll see a fastball that's go 88 to 90 with a curveball, slider, and a split. Lincecum, lifetime against these Dodgers, 10-7 with a 3.31 ERA. And here in Dodger Stadium, lifetime 5-5.
So here's Rollins hitting at 186, a home run, 7 driven in. And the first pitch, Lincecum already thought it was a strike, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, tight zone. You just don't get many corners with Cooper, and he really is a hitter's umpire. You cannot get frustrated by it. You just have to bear through it.
So it's 2-0. 7 for 38 with a couple of doubles. Those are the numbers. There's a strike.
And, and that's exactly the same pitch.
Exactly.
As the first one you did get. And that's what frustrates you with Cooper's strike zone, is there is inconsistency on his corners.
Three and one with Ethier to follow. Three and two.
Nice little slider. It's important the first time through the lineup that you let your opponent know that you can get all your pitches over. For Lincecum this year, it has not been a problem at all. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Lincecum tonight, starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It's going to be Aoki, Pagan, and Maxwell. Crawford and McGee will be on the left side of the infield. Panic and Posey will be on the right side. And Andrew Susak will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Ethier. Yasiel Puig on the disabled list. Ethier will get the at-bats, and He's hitting .342 with a couple of home runs and 6 driven in. Down low. So Lincecum out of the stretch for the first time. He's had 51 at bats against Lincecum, 14 hits, 3 doubles, a couple of home runs. Rollins does have 3 steals. He's been thrown out twice. So 1-0 to Ethier. Rollins goes. Swinging a line drive to Posey, and that's going to be a double play. So right back at you.
Wow.
Number 23, first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez.
Well, 2 unusual double plays turned by the Dodgers and the Giants here in the first inning. We're going to make this our forward right choice. Buster Posey holding the runner on, then getting off the bat, getting in position, then having to come right back to his left. And he just did have enough glove. And once he caught it, an easy tag of the bag. And that's a double play, and that's our forward right choice.
So here's Adrian Gonzalez. Overshift is on for Gonzalez as he dribbles the first pitch foul. 380. 7 home runs, 18 driven in.
He got off to an unbelievable start. He had 5 home runs in the first 3 games.
And the next pitch is down low, 1-2.
But he's scary. I mean, he's the kind of guy that doesn't have to have a mistake to beat you with the long ball. He can take your best location 2-seam seamer on the outside corner and flip it out to left field and clear the wall easily. He's just a good hitter. Dangerous.
1-2. I agree with you. Dave Fleming and I were in the dugout watching batting practice, and the guys were just flipping balls out.
Jock Peterson put on a Barry Bonds-like clinic.
Crawford's going to leap, but it's off his glove.
And speaking of Jock Peterson, this was the double play that ended it for the Giants in the first inning. Just put your head down and run to where you think it's going to be. I mean, that is a great route. If he doesn't run a direct route, he has none chance. And then once he gets it back into Rollins, it's an easy double play. Aoki had that read as, I'm going to score.
Plus, he was on the move. So here's Kendrick. Kendrick with a base hit to left field. Kendrick not wasting any time, and here's Yasmani Grandal.
Dodgers are 8-1 here at Dodger Stadium this year. They've won 7 in a row. So to say they're confident in the home whites is an understatement. They lose Yasiel Puig to the disabled list. They throw Andre Ethier in there, and he's on fire.
Yeah, but they also got more bad news today. So here's Grandal, 217. There's a strike. Brandon McCarthy out for the rest of the year.
McCarthy, a free agent in the offseason, signed a 4-year deal, and he's going to have Tommy John.
And Lincecum casts that pitch high. You see the Dodger, the injuries. Jansen, foot, McCarthy out, Peralta, DL Sunday, Puig, and Ryu is just now starting to throw. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2.
Randall was out looking fastball. And I think a lot of hitters will take that approach with Lincecum. He kind of pitches off the fastball. He doesn't have the 95 and above mile-an-hour fastball like he had when he first got to the big leagues. And a lot of times he'll pitch with the fastball, establish a strike, and then throw the other pitches off it.
Panic to Posey. Side retired. Lincecum gets through the first. That's a good thing. It's 0-0.
Brought to you by Lenardi's Markets. For a location near you, visit Lenardi's.com or find us on Facebook. Lenardi's, quite simply the best.
A lot of balls hit hard in that first inning by both teams. No score, and Buster Posey will lead things off. And Buster into the alleyway, but Ethier is going to get there and make the catch.
Buster Posey, as we have seen a lot this year, I mean, he's jumping on a lot of first pitch fastballs.
So here's Maxwell. A lot of atom balls in this game. Maxwell hitting .308 with 3 home runs, 9 driven in. And the pitch is wide to Maxwell, who is 3 for 5 in his career against Brett Anderson. 2 balls and no strikes. We ran into Justin Maxwell and his wife and 3 kids today at lunch, and great looking family. And you think they were happy to see Dad?
Yeah, they all tried to sit on his lap at the same time.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, except for his wife.
Yeah.
Talking about the 3 kids.
Of course.
But the happiest one of the bunch was Justin Maxwell.
Two and 2.
You know, I didn't think it was possible to eat a whole meal with a smile, but we watched him do it.
Maxwell went 2 for 3 on Friday in Colorado, and then had the big home run on Saturday. He shoots this one down the left field line. Is he going to challenge Crawford? You bet he is. And Maxwell has got a double.
And you're going to see the Giants challenge Carl Crawford the whole series. He didn't have much of an arm.
Andrew Sousa.
All right, time for our Togo's Big Play, the Togo's Way. Thursday at AT&T Park, Justin Maxwell had a walk-off hit off of Juan Nicasio in the 10th inning, and it kind of looked just like the last one he just hit down the left field line. That's our Togo's Big Play, the Togo's Way.
So here's Susak.
That completed the sweep.
Happy flight. Susak is hitting at 385. And he lifts the first one foul and out of play.
Dodgers don't have much of an arm in left field with Crawford. They got an average arm with Peterson in center, and about the same with Andre Ethier in right. They don't have the big burner like they normally have when Puig plays the outfield. Job well done.
It's not going to stop these guys from eating, that's for sure.
No, you don't cheer a Dodger dog.
0-2. Susak sees his first fastball and he fouls it back.
And Anderson trying to sneak attack him there with that 91 mile an hour fastball in the 0-2 count, but that's a location mistake. I think they wanted that to go across the letters, not across the belt. So Anderson got away with one there. And Susak has good power.
Casey McGee on deck. Maxwell, a one-out double. He's at second base. There's McGee. Susak trying to knock him in. All right. Let's go.
Let's talk about it. Well, this is not only going to be about pitch, but it's going to be about location, too.
So a lot of this in that 3-game series in San Francisco. The 1-2. 2-2. Not biting.
And there's the breaking ball.
He's got a good one.
You know, and in a 2-strike count, a 1-2 count, you either want to bounce it on home plate or throw it there in that dirt between the catcher and home plate. You get a lot of strikeouts down there from a lefty to a right-handed hitter.
Got him.
And you elevate up with the fastball. Change sight lines. Always a frustrating at bat when you strike out with a runner in score position.
So here's McGee. McGee coming off a 2-for-5 game on Saturday. They do not believe, at least in the outfield, that Casey McGee is going to pull the ball.
Red Dog just got crossed up, too.
Meeting number 2. Keeping track.
Well, he was looking for a breaking ball, and Anderson just handcuffed him with a fastball. And that's a catcher's nightmare. It's one thing when you're looking for a fastball and get a breaking ball, you're not going to get hurt. But if you're looking for something soft and it's going to break, and then you get 90 mile an hour fastball, you could hurt your hand.
A ball and a strike. McGee 1-for-5 lifetime against Anderson. An RBI opportunity for Casey McGee. 1-2.
Change up knee high to run the outside corner. Perfect location. Pagan, like all hitters, they'll sit there and they'll watch what guys throw in certain counts. Just file it away.
Got him. Wasted double. Bottom of the second coming up. In the Saturday game, May 9th, is a special 6:05 start, and the first 40,000 people are going to receive a Hunter Pence fence catch bobblehead courtesy of PG&E. So check it out, sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Crawford. Crawford takes a strike. Uribe and then Peterson swinging a tapper foul.
Good changeup. If you compare where Lincecum has been this year, and I mean, I'm talking to the very first start of spring training to where he was the last 2 years, it's not even close. I mean, he's fixed. I mean, he has a command of all 4 weapons again, except for that pitch there.
One and two. Tap foul, so Crawford spoils a good pitch. Dodgers are just coming off of a series against their Southern California rivals, and that would be the Padres. Foul back. And they took 2 of 3. They did lose yesterday 3-1.
They had that one game in game 1 of that series. Both teams hit 7 home runs at Petco Park. That's unheard of.
They scored 32 runs in that series. 32. And another 1-2. And is fouled out of play. In the series against the Giants, they scored 6. So they must have got very angry and went into San Diego and put some big numbers on the board. Down the right field line, a fair ball. And Crawford's going for 3. And he's going to make it. For a second, we figured if Panic or Crawford get a good relay throw, they might have a shot.
We are all thinking the same. Just rakes it down the line. They had been playing Crawford towards the right center field gap. Maxwell, a good throw, and there is a tick the glove off of Panic. It just eliminated any chance that they were going to have to try and get Crawford on the relay. He runs well. And everything has to be perfect. Any bobble, and you have none chance.
Uribe fouls this one at home plate.
He was on that one.
244 for Juan Uribe, the former Giant, with a home run and 3 driven in. Infield back. Down low to even the count.
Pretty straight away in the outfield. Infield sagging back. No real concern that Uribe is going to try and bunt. Jets are giving it to him at the third baseline.
2 balls and 1 strike.
Uribe in his 14th year at the big league level.
Beach ball. Let's call timeout. It is a Dodger tradition to slow up the game with beach balls. Three and 1.
Now for a strikeout pitcher like Lincecum, you get into a situation where we're at third less than 2 outs, and you automatically go into that mode. But you have to be careful trying to strike guys out. You get a little too fine with where you're trying to throw it, and you can fall behind. You can start walking guys.
3 and 2.
Did not give into the fastball. Nice split.
And the walk.
Well, the NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit is the largest on-air team of investigative journalists dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. And you can watch award-winning stories that have helped make the Bay Area a better place at NBCBayArea.com/investigations. NBC Bay Area, we investigate. Giants fans here, putting their colors on, got their sponge fingers out.
Here's Peterson hitting .275. And he pops it up. McGee in foul territory, 1 out. That's as good as it was, better than a strikeout.
Yeah, a 1-pitch strikeout. That's how good a 1-pitch pop-up is. Nobody can advance, waste it out.
Pitcher, Brett Anderson.
Anderson is 0 for 4 on the season. And he shows bunt, and he bunts it foul.
Well, you have good speed with Crawford at third, so it would be a safety bunt. I doubt, or a safety squeeze. I don't know if they would put a straight squeeze on it. Anderson does not have a great reputation with that bat in his hands.
All right, it's number 3.
So win it down. Go down there and talk to Lorenzo Bundy, the third base coach.
Crawford is at third. Uribe is at first. Susak will check the runner and then throw out Anderson. So he does a good job.
Number 11, Jimmy Rollins.
So a 2-4 sacrifice, but Crawford still unable to advance at third. And it's got a chance to get out of this inning despite giving up a leadoff triple. And this is where you really have the pressure on you if you're a catcher, because Lincecum's going to try and strike out Jimmy Rollins, and he's going to throw a lot of stuff down in the dirt. And with a runner at third, you got to be on your toes if you're Andrew Susak.
Foul on the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Rollins drew a walk in the first inning. Mike's talking about Susak doing a nice job. 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive. Maxwell dives and he makes the catch. What a terrific play by Justin Maxwell. And he saves 2 runs.
He is putting on a clinic with the glove, with the bat. Welcome to San Francisco, Mr. Maxwell.
Including this play.
Well, it's kind of a do-or-die play, but look at him completely laid out, almost parallel to the ground. And he couldn't go a whole lot lower. His fingertips of that glove are actually touching the grass when he pockets that thing. And you think about the 2 plays he made in Colorado. I mean, this guy is just playing with great confidence right now. And what a time to come up with a nice snag like that. And the Dodgers are denied, and a leadoff triple is sent packing.
Lincecum waited for him. Here's Crawford hitting .210, and he takes a curveball for a strike. Crawford, Lincecum, and then Aoki here in inning number 3. And kind of a late call by Eric Cooper. It's 0-2. down and away, 1-2. And the pitch to Crawford, and Crawford just stays alive as he had a piece of that ball right off the end of the bat. It stays at 1-2.
Well, after that second strike was called with that low curveball, anything that comes out of Anderson's hand, it looks like a curveball, he's going to swing at, even if it's in the dirt. He shook off the curveball. He wants a fastball in.
2-2. And Crawford works it to a full count.
Pretty good pitch right there, though. He had a chance to go out of the strike zone. Big curveball, put it down low. And that was not an easy take for Crawford.
And Crawford's going to take the walk. 0-2 to a walk.
That's a good at bat right there. All right, time now for AT&T U-verse Rewind. We go back to April 21st. Tim Lincecum taking on the Dodgers in San Francisco, and he had 4 double plays. In that game, he went 6 strong, 1 earned run allowed, 5 strikeouts on 85 pitches. The Giants won that ball game 6-2, and this one is the most impressive one. Ground ball up the middle. Crawford with the flip to Panic, who completes it, and Posey digs it out of the dirt. And that's our AT&T U-verse Rewind.
Here's Lincecum, who shows bunt and then bunts through it, and it's 0-1.
It's hard for Lincecum to bunt the ball down the first base line against the left-handed pitcher. And the Dodgers will be very aggressive with Uribe, who has a cannon at third. So Brandon Crawford's got to get off, and he has really got to get a good jump. Well, 6-2. If you're Lincecum, you say to yourself, if I get this ball down the ground, I've got to go hard to first base to stay out of a double play.
Oh, 0-2.
I like the throw over there from Mattingly. I mean, that's in all likelihood is going to continue to bunt here with 2 strikes, and we might see Bochy start a runner to try and get the little head start so he doesn't get caught at second.
So Lincecum is out. And that'll bring up Nori Aoki. Aoki opened up the ball game with an infield hit. Joe Panic to follow. 3rd inning. Outfield thinking that Aoki's going to hit the ball the other way. Infield at double play depth.
Well, I'm a little perplexed at how shallow the Dodgers are playing Juan Uribe at third base with 1 out. I mean, that's a defensive set right there that you would expect a sacrifice type bunt out. I would think that they would play him even with the bag. I mean, this is an aggressive set. I mean, you have to respect that he might drag bunt, and that's why I say play him even with the bag.
Well, plus he pitched him high and away, which probably wasn't his intentions, but it's an easy ball to slap down the third base line. 2 balls and no strikes.
Oh, and that's the whole point. I mean, when you play in, you minimize your range. And with Aoki's ability to hit to left field, you would think if you played back a couple steps, you would have more range to your left and right. But there, 2 full steps in on the grass, I mean, you really are cutting your ability to cover ground. In all likelihood, this at bat's going to go that way. How about that? A 2-0 big curveball.
And he comes back in with a bell-tie strike. Three and one. Might see some action now on this count. 3 balls and 1 strike. And a quick pitch. And it's 3 and 2. Did he stop?
Seeing more and more guys do that around the league. It's not a bad idea. Anything you can do to upset the timing of the hitter, that's a good thing. Especially when you're behind the count 3-1.
On the ground to Uribe. That's 1. Not in time. Win a 2014 World Series championship ring created by Tiffany & Company. It's identical to the ring given to the players, and it will be personalized with your last name. Purchase tickets at sfgiants.com/ring raffle. $10. That's the minimum purchase, and it benefits the Giants Community Fund. So 2 outs.
The young man had his orange on.
Angel Pagan to follow. Anderson trying to pitch through a leadoff walk.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 combined leadoff men in this game have reached the base to start an inning off, and so far nobody's been able to score. It's a bit unusual.
Bochy and his team arrived here in LA about 5:30 yesterday. Okie goes, and he's going to steal it. That's his 6th of the year.
Well, and really 2 outs, and I just think it's almost an automatic for a leadoff hitter to attempt to put himself in score position. And he stole that easily. The Giants did this to Anderson in San Francisco too. They definitely know when he's going home, when he's going to first.
Meeting number 4. Two balls and a strike to Joe Panik. Three and one.
Panik not biting. It's very disciplined with balls below the strike zone. Not often will you see him go after them. I can't believe that Anderson's thinking he has an open bag at first when he has Pagan on deck. This should be something to hit.
Out of play. It was 3 and 2.
Well, and that's when it's really nice to be a number 2 hitter, because usually your third hitter is one of your best hitters on the team, if not the best hitter on the team. And pitchers are not going to want to face the guy on deck. They're going to want to challenge you. I always thought your number 2 guy should be a really good fastball hitter. And this is deliberate by Anderson. He's really slowing it down. And that's a philosophy that a lot of guys use. They'll slow the game down when they get runners in score position, just because they think it makes hitters more antsy, more likely to go out of the zone.
On the ground to third, and Uribe's got it, and that'll end the inning. Top of the order, check that. Ethier, Gonzalez, Kendrick, the big fellas coming up.
Is brought to you by Bay Area Mini.
Well, watch it live TV, and right now you can watch it as the Giants and the Dodgers are tied up as we head to the bottom of the third inning.
And it'll be Ethier. And Ethier takes a pitch that I think Lincecum thought was a strike, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
You will get tested in regards to patience with this strike zone if you're a pitcher. And what happens is you get angry on the one pitch you don't get, and you don't concentrate on the next pitch. And now you're in a 2-0 hole to a guy who's been swinging the bat well. Puig goes down to the disabled list. Dodgers insert Andre Ethier, and he's been red hot.
So Lincecum in jeopardy of walking the leadoff hitter. And it gives you an idea how important that first pitch is. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three and 2.
And that's some 3-1 paint right there. Perfect pitch.
And the walk.
So that makes it 5 out of the 6 leadoff hitters at the start of the ball game have reached base.
And the 1 out was a line drive to right field. Here's Gonzalez, who singled off the tip of Brandon Crawford's glove in the first inning. Very high, 1 ball and no strikes.
It's the 138th career game for Adrian Gonzalez against the Giants. Lifetime against him, 262. 17 home runs, 64 RBIs. I mean, that's like a season.
Yeah, it is. And Lincecum gets the call from Cooper there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Overshift is on. Foul back, 1-2. So Lincecum with a challenge. No, it wasn't a challenge.
Well, that was a split, and he was on it.
He was.
That swing right there and that type of balance on a pitch will make everybody in the dugout gasp, because they know that he just missed it.
Comes back with a fastball. It's 2-2. You see Susac staring into the Giants dugout.
He called a fastball away, and Lincecum shook off to get to the split.
And a base hit right through the shift, and Ethier is going to go to third. You could see Lincecum, who, when he delivered the ball and saw the ball hit, thought he had a double play ball.
He's thinking auto double play. I mean, and every pitcher would. That's going right to where the shortstop is, and now you can see the reaction. And then big shift put on. They played Gonzalez to pull, and this time he just simply hits away from the defense they set up. And that is right to the shortstop position.
So here's Kendrick. Kendrick flips it into right. He's got a base hit. Gonzalez is going to go to third. 1-0 Dodgers.
And for the first time tonight, a leadoff hitter that gets on base scores. And the Dodgers have it set up to go large.
The leadoff walk. And here's Grandal. Giants are starting to realize that Howie Kendrick is going to swing at that first pitch. Grandal bounced out to Panic. Takes a curveball for a strike. Kyle Crawford is not in the on-deck circle. It's Van Slyke. Strike 2. There's Van Slyke.
Dodgers only have 4 extra men tonight. They're going with a 13-man pitching staff. So you know it has to be something fairly significant for Crawford to be leaving the game to use up one of those valuable men on the bench if you're Don Mattingly.
Susac just got a piece of that before it went to the backstop. So Lincecum going for the strikeout. Dodgers score first. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Susac's throw into center field. And Gonzalez scores. It's 2-0.
It's going to be a stolen base, and I would imagine an error on Susac. Those are tough errors for catchers. You always say, if I'm going to miss, I'm going to miss low. But this is a short hop that just stayed down, and there's not a whole lot Crawford could do as it went right between the wickets. So they get the 1 out. And I'm not even sure if, with an accurate throw, that they would have been able to get Kendrick. A pretty good jump off of Lincecum.
I can assure you that Brandon Crawford is not happy. Here's Van Slyke. And he wraps one into left field, a base hit.
looking for reasons as to why Crawford left the game. And as he runs to the triple, he may have had some discomfort in his leg. He's reaching down, grabbing his leg right there, talking to Lorenzo Bundy, the third base coach. That may have been what caused him to have to leave this game. But Scott Van Slyke in his first at bat steps right in and proceeds to see one pitch. And you cannot tell me he was not up there looking for something off speed.
So here's Uribe, who walked in the second. And a base hit to right field. 3-0 Dodgers. First pitch.
First pitch challenge fastball, trying to get in that strike zone early, and they are laying in the bushes for him right now. Not a greedy approach either from Uribe, who can get greedy. He's got power, but it looked to me like he was thinking fastball away and thinking right field all the way. That's 4 first pitch hits allowed by Lincecum. And that'll send Righetti to the phone, and they'll start getting somebody up in the bullpen.
So here's Peterson, who popped out in the second. No balls and 1 strike.
Peterson up there hacking the first pitch. Peterson, lots of power, lots of speed. Not an easy guy to double up. So George Cantos is starting to get heated.
Four singles in the inning and a walk. Down the right field line, off the bottom of the wall, and Slyke scores. Uribe to third, Peterson with a double. And now Cantos can't get loose fast enough.
Big, lazy breaking ball right out there middle in at the belt. And Peterson stays through it nicely. And he almost knocks it out of here. Right at the base of the wall.
So here's Anderson. Anderson with a sacrifice bunt in the second. And the infield's in, and there's a pitch wide, 1-0.
Dodgers with 8 hits on the night, 5 this inning. 4 on the first pitch.
Panik is going to throw out Anderson, and Uribe didn't go.
Wow. But, you know, it's understandable because when you're at third base, you want to make sure that that ball's going to get past that pitcher. And I think that Uribe thought that it was going to get caught by Lincecum because he freezes.
And it turned out to be a great play by Panik.
It really was. And if Crawford had come back to second base, they may have had a chance to get a double play. But Crawford's momentum was going towards the middle because he thought he was going to get a chance on the ball. If he got past Panik, it would have been up to Crawford to make the play. So they do get an out without giving up a run, and that's significant. And this is going to be the last guy that Lincecum faces in this inning.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. First base is open. Ethier's on deck. 4 runs are in. Watch this, Mike. Eric Cooper asked for the baseball from Lincecum. Watch.
Yeah.
Did not make him happy.
He's given up 4 runs. He's pitching for his life, and he thinks that he's gotten squeezed, and he has.
Three balls and 1 strike. On a play, 3-2. Uribe at third, Peterson at second. Rollins lined out to Maxwell in this situation last inning, and it took a great play by Maxwell to retire the side. This is bounced to Panic. It's a tricky hop, and that'll end the inning. Damage done. 4-0 Dodgers.
Game all tied up. 11th inning. Joe Panic comes up with an RBI bunt. He did it on his own. The Giants would take the lead, and they would never look back. And that is our T-Mobile game changer. Giants would win that game by 1.
Here's Pagan. You look back at that play. Aoki, he said, "I'm going. If Morneau catches it, it's a double play, and if he doesn't do it that way, they don't score." Get on the ground to Rollins. And Rollins will throw out Pagan. Van Slyke is now in left field.
Well, that's an upgrade defensively with arm strength for the Dodgers and left. And Slyke's got a good solid arm. It is the best arm they have in the outfield tonight.
Buster Posey lined out to Ethier in the second inning. Here he rolls it foul.
Again, Posey jumping on the first pitch. One thing about Anderson, but he's got a 4-run lead here. He can afford to get in that strike zone early. You have 4-0 lead. You shouldn't be walking anybody.
Maxwell to follow. And Posey lines this one right at Peterson.
Well, give you an idea of the carry in this ballpark right now. It's very dry conditions here in Los Angeles. Very desert-like. Posey had no lower body in that swing, just sort of got fooled and dropped the head on it, and he almost knocked it out there to the warning track in dead center. So the ball's jumping tonight.
Maxwell doubled in the second. Here he lines this one right at Peterson. And that'll end the inning. Bottom of the fourth coming up.
Derby, big events, and great moments. And it all leads up to boxing premier fight. And that's going to be Mayweather-Pacquiao. Live on pay-per-view from Xfinity. Order online right now at xfinity.com/boxing. Yeah, I think there'll be a little hype between now and Saturday in regards to that fight.
Yes, indeed. 4-0 Dodgers. It'll be Ethier here in the fourth inning, hitting for the third time.
Boy, Brett Anderson really did his offense a favor by 3 quick outs, and the Dodgers right back in the dugout, ready to swing the bats.
And the Giants out there standing. Very high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, Lincecum's got to face the heart of the lineup. I mean, this is going to be a challenge for him.
Well, this is where the Dodgers were last inning, and Lincecum walked Ethier. And that got it all rolling.
Now, if you're Bruce Bochy or Dave Righetti, the Giants pitching coach, you're keeping your fingers crossed right now because your pitcher is vulnerable.
1-2.
Seen a lot of well-balanced swings tonight from the Dodger hitters. Haven't seen them on their front foot very often.
Ethier strikes out. Susac a nice block. 1 out. New Giants mini packs have just been released. Visit sfgiants.com/mini-pack to check out the 4-pack options. Includes a Dodger game. Each pack does. Starts as low as $79. Gonzalez is 2 for 2.
Churro, cotton candy, Good stuff. But the bread and butter in this ballpark is always going to be the Dodger dog.
Absolutely. Inside corner strike.
By the way, that strikeout from Ethier, that's the first time tonight that Lincecum's been able to get that leadoff hitter out.
Got a pretty good rhythm going right now.
Dodger dogs. If you're up here in the press box in the 7th inning, they open it up. And it's free Dodger dogs. And it's a mad scramble.
2 outs on the 4-3 put out. If we were doing radio, we'd be part of that scramble.
Well, the print media guys, the guys that write for the newspapers, when they drop those Dodger dogs out, you would think it was a Super Bowl fumble they're trying to recover.
Kendrick has seen 2 pitches. He's 2 for 2.
I mean, they get after it. Oh, yeah. Just like that. Hey, there's Fernando Valenzuela. Cut his hair.
Down the right field line and out of play. Now they're getting 2. Well, one year they changed the Dodger dogs, and people were like, "That's it. We're not going to the games."
Yeah, it was bad.
High into right center field for Maxwell, and that'll end the inning. So a nice inning for Lincecum, a bounce back inning. Susac, McGee, Crawford, and a host of others coming up.
That was a great inning.
Area is brought to you by PG&E. Together, building a better California.
Here's our Geico quote. It comes from Bruce Bochy on finding playing time for everybody. It's good these guys are making it tough. It's nice to have these options when we didn't have them earlier. Belt is swinging good, and Susac is playing well. Susac grounds to Kendrick. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Can't tell you how impressed I was with Lincecum's 1-2-3, and he answered Anderson's 1-2-3. 4th inning, a very quick inning.
Here's McGee.
big balloon curveball that Anderson has, I mean, it's a great way of taking strike one. I mean, nobody's going to go up there looking for that thing. Not on the first pitch.
On the ground to third, where Uribe has it on the back end. And here's Crawford.
6 in a row now retired by Anderson, and 4 of those outs have come by way of the ground ball. So he has locked into a nice rhythm.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt it's going to help every pitcher, but it has helped Anderson that he's gotten this nice lead. There's Crawford, who takes one in the dirt.
But you know, there's guys who aren't good front runners, or guys that don't like to have it, believe it or not. I mean, you would think everybody likes 4-0 lead, but some guys lose their concentration. You have to pitch your game. How you get people out, that should not change regardless of the score. In your mind, it should always be 1-0.
And that pop-up is backing out of play.
But some guys, they get 4 or 5 run lead, and all of a sudden their concentration goes right out the door. Hector Sanchez is coming on the on-deck circle for the Giants.
Down low. And low again to Crawford.
He's been pretty good at being able to lay off that big curveball. Nice at bat. His last at bat against Anderson, he had an 0-2 count, milked a walk.
Crawford's going to walk again. So here's Sanchez.
Number 29, Hector Sanchez.
So Sanchez is going to try to maybe knock one out of the ballpark. First pitch swinging, out of play. Top of the order, Norioki is on deck. 4-0 Dodgers. A 4-run third inning. On the ground towards the hole. Rollins can't get to it. And Aoki's going to hit with runners at first and second.
A nice at bat from Hector Sanchez. He needs a little love. A little scuffle going in there coming into this at bat. So sitting in an 0-1 count, he gets a breaking ball. Manages to find a hole through the left side. And Giants trying to make a little noise here with 2 outs. Giants have been very aggressive on the first pitch against Anderson. It's really reflected in his overall pitch count, just 66 through 5. Ideally, at the end of 5, you want to be 75 or less, so you get an idea as to just how far ahead of the norm he is with just the 66 pitches.
And that's a little low.
Pretty good pitch.
One ball and no strikes. Two and 0. There's a strike.
Take it all the way. Not a bad idea. You just saw the previous left-hander, Brandon Crawford, take a base on balls. Don't know how comfortable Anderson is. You got a 2-0 count. Trying to make some noise. Take a strike.
Well, Giants would like nothing better than to have Panic hit with the bases loaded here in the 5th.
Well, it really is an opportunity to try and scratch that scoreboard just a little bit. Put a dent in that 4-run lead the Dodgers have over them.
On the ground, foul ball.
Ooh, that was close. It's the home plate umpire's call until it gets the bag, and once it gets the bag, it's the third base umpire's call. And it just did land foul, because if it's fair, inning's over. The momentum of the play takes Uribe over. He steps on the bag and fielding that ball. And that was close. Quinn Wolcott, the third base umpire. There you see Rick Honeycutt making a call down to the Dodger bullpen.
Runners go. On the ground, up the middle, base hit. Crawford scores, and the Giants are on the board. And there's a play there where I think Anderson turned around and thought he was out of the inning.
That's exactly what he thought. Dodgers have really loaded up the left side of the infield, and Jimmy Rollins, the shortstop, is playing towards the 5.5 hole. And I think that when that ball was hit, he had a lead going. There's no shortstop at all. They really took away the 5.5 hole. No chance for him to get back on it. So the Giants with some 2-out thunder, and it all started out with a 2-out walk. Dodgers have Carlos Frias, right-handed pitcher, warming up in their bullpen.
So Panic, a chance to put up a crooked number here in the 5th. He's 0 for 2. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. Hit to right. Ethier spins around. It's over its head, and it's off the bottom of the wall. They're going to hold up Aoki, second and third with 2 down. Nice at bat.
That ball just jumped off the bat. We talked about the carry in this ballpark tonight. The air is very dry, and this ball just explodes off the bat, down and in, just drops the head on it. And all Ethier did was try and position himself to play the carom off the wall. No stride, just a little turn in with his toe. There you see the way that the ball comes off for Ethier.
Meeting number 5.
Berto Kelly, the Giants' third base coach, being very conservative on that play. And I think Howie Kendrick and his reputation as a relay guy may have had a whole lot to do with that decision to stop Aoki at third.
Giants have the tying run at second base. Pagan scorched one in the first inning that was caught, then bounced out in the 4th. If he takes Anderson out here, he's not going to be very happy.
Well, any starter that has a 4-0 lead, now you got 2 outs and 2 on.
Staring at him.
I can tell you exactly what he's thinking. He says, "You're not going to take me out, are you? Seriously, you're not really going to take me out, are you?" Stalling to let Frias get loose, and he should be ready to go. And he's making the call. And there's not a starting pitcher on this planet that's watching this ball game right now that's not going and saying to themselves, ouch. This one hurts if you're Brett Anderson.
I'd be ticked off if I was Anderson. I really would be. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
It's a 4-2 lead for the Dodgers here in the 5th inning.
New pitcher now for the Dodgers will be the right-hander, Carlos Frias, recalled from Oklahoma City, their AAA affiliate, yesterday. And in the 12 2/3 innings there, he had 15 strikeouts, did not walk anybody. Last season, 1-1 with a 6.12 ERA, but look at the strikeouts, 29 and 32 1/3. He's got a big arm. You'll see mid to high 90s with his velocity. He's got a hard slider and a circle change. And with the numbers that you saw him have in Oklahoma City, he's throwing with confidence right now.
So now Pagano hit left-handed. He's got Oki at third. He's got Panic at second. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, that's 96 with some sink on it just to introduce himself.
Not happy. I don't blame him.
Don Mattingly trying to do a little damage control right there, but I can tell you right now, Brett Anderson ain't buying it. The fact that the Dodgers got swept in San Francisco had everything to do with that decision.
Chop up the middle, and 1 run is going to score. Is Kendrick saved this game from being tied? It's 4-3.
And even though Kendrick could not get a throw off, I mean, that turns out to be a big play because that would have tied the ball game indeed. Just over the glove of Frias. I mean, it just past him, and that's not an easy thing to do. Frias is 6'4" with long arms, and he just couldn't get the arm up there in time. But watch the play from Kendrick. And the second time that we have seen Kendrick come up with a big play.
And Panic had to scurry back. Here's Buster Posey. A 3-run 5th inning. And Buster fouls the first pitch back and out of play.
Anderson sitting there alone with his thoughts. And I think everybody can imagine what those thoughts are. There's little or no wind at all in this ballpark. There's carry from foul line to foul line.
Low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's a 91-mile-an-hour breaking ball. But you mentioned Brandon McCarthy on the disabled list, going to have Tommy John surgery. He's out for the year. And Carlos Frias, this gentleman on the hill right now, is one of those guys rumored to be able to come in and take his place.
2 balls and 1 strike with Justin Maxwell on deck.
Frias has an open base. 2 outs. That base at second is wide open, and it simply allows him to stay on a corner, make a quality pitch. He doesn't have to give in to the fat part of the strike zone against Posey.
Foul back. 2-2.
That's 93-mile-an-hour slider. That's Rob Min-like.
So it's 2-2 to Posey. Tying run at third. That's Joe Panik. Lead run at first. That's Angel Pagan.
So he tried to sneak attack him with 98. And again, with a 3-2 count here, if you're Frias, you think corner, you think knee high. And if you're Posey, you think protect.
And Pagan will go with the count 3-2. Out of play down the right field line. He spoiled a very good pitch.
Well, that was a 93-mile-an-hour changeup. And I'm not exaggerating.
So Pagan again will go. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away is Frias. Sets. And he walked him.
So he had a base and he used it. And for Buster Posey, nice at bat.
So here's Maxwell, who's doubled and he's lined out to center field. And if I recall, we had a graphic where he seems to like to hit with the bases loaded. And that was maybe a graphic we saw in Denver.
Well, Juan Uribe going to come out and talk to Frias, and he's going to say, dude, they had a great graphic in Denver. It's unbelievable. This guy hits good with the bases loaded. And this is those numbers you're talking about. 6 for 15, 4 doubles, or 4 home runs, a double. .97 knee high on the black outside. That's a great 0-1.
There are your base runners, Panik, Pagan, and Posey. Now the Giants with a hit have an opportunity to take the lead. Up the middle, and Frias has got it, and that's going to end the inning. Giants back in it. They score 3 times. It's 4-3 Dodgers.
brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company, the Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
4-3 Dodgers. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. George Contos into the game now. 10th time that Contos has come into a game and is really off to the best start he has ever had at the big league level. 1-0 with an 0.77 ERA. For Contos, 9 base runners in 11 2/3. Low 90s fastball, 2 types of movement. He'll cut the ball. He's got a hard slider and a changeup.
And he's facing Grandal.
He's been chewing up lefties.
Van Slyke and Uribe. And a strike at the knees.
Giants showing a nice rally with 2 outs.
2 outs and nobody out.
And Anderson had retired 8 in a row prior to that 2-out walk.
There's another strike. Yeah, it went walk, single, single, double, single, walk. And then Maxwell hit the comebacker. Up and in, 1-2.
Just changed sidelines. Now this is the chance where he loves to be in a 2-strike count where he can drop that hard slider. It doesn't have the normal rotation of a slider. It's a no-dot slider. It's a strikeout slider.
Panic to Posey. Thursday, May 7th is Frank Sinatra's 100th birthday celebration at AT&T Park. You get a pregame VIP reception with members of the Sinatra family. Now you need the VIP package, and in order to receive the VIP experience, you need that special event ticket. sfgiants.com/special events. Here's Van Slyke, who came in for Crawford. Likes that first pitch, and it's 0-1. Crawford had tripled in the second, then Van Slyke pinch hitting for him in the third, single and scored. Santos down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's Magic. He's one of those athletes that could just go by his first name. Tap slowly. Contos will barehand it. He will throw it, and they get Van Slyke.
Well, I think Magic Johnson could go by both of his first names. I mean, how many Irvins do you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But Magic says it all, and he absolutely was Magic when he played. Now he's a baseball guy. Hall of Fame basketball player, All-American at Michigan State. What a great career this guy had.
And whoever is talking to him isn't allowing Magic to talk. Or, to put it another way, he's wearing him out.
Hey, I'll help you out, Magic. Yeah, let's help you out, Magic. There we go. See ya. First elimination of the year. That felt pretty good.
Swing and a miss, 2-1.
There's a little greed behind that 2-0 fastball swing. One thing we found out about Juan Uribe when he was with the Giants, he doesn't swing for singles. Not when he's ahead in the count.
Just don't hang one. That's popped up into shallow right field. It's going to be, look out, Joe Panic. If you can do it, and if you have time to do it, while you're running, if you're Joe Panic, if you look at the people in the stands, they'll tell you where the ball is going.
Well, he had to have a ticket to get that one.
But you got to have time to do that.
Ooh.
There's that hanger we're talking about.
That's the happy zone for Juan Uribe. He's got 179 home runs. Let's take a look at the crowd. They're getting ready to brace. I don't know if he had a lot of time. I mean, he really took on the wall.
Yeah, he did.
Did you ever look at the padding on the wall? Did you ever make a mental note of it?
I don't think that we had paddings on the wall. Not in Cleveland. That costs a little bit too much money. Slowly hit. McGee charging. McGee throwing. McGee throws it in the dirt. Buster Posey digs it out. Not a problem. Hua is right. Susak's going to lead things off.
True stories. Giants offense this year, first 14 games, hit .233. Their on base percentage under 300. Last 5, they have tuned it up. .294 as a team. On base percentage 367, and the slugging percentage at 429.
Here's Susak facing Frias, and the first pitch is a ball at 96. 1 ball and no strikes. Susak, McGee, and Crawford. Giants trail 4-3. 6th inning. In tight to Susak, who was struck out, and he bounced out, and those at bats came against Brett Anderson. Popped him up. Grandal's coming back, but it's going to be in the seats. The one thing you like about Susak is that's what you want to see on a 2-0 swing.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to get both cheeks into it, as you like to say.
Absolutely. Get greedy. I mean, you're up there in a 2-0 count. You got a guy throwing 97. I mean, it's the long drive contest.
And I think the manager likes that too. This one will be playable. 1 out. And here's McGee.
Number 14, Casey McGee.
Adam Liberatore, who just got recalled. Giants saw him when the Dodgers were in San Francisco. So it was good. He went down to Oklahoma City for a few days, and now he's back up. Dodgers with 13-man pitching staff.
So here's McGee. Cued off the end of the bat, foul. McGee is 0 for 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Crawford to follow. We're in the 6th. Both starters are out of the game. Hit to right field with a little bit behind it. And Ethier is going to make the catch. 2 outs. And here's Crawford.
Roger Ethier, familiar confines, knows the right field well, and knew that he had a chance. That's a nice play. And even with all that, and knowing that there are pads over there, nice high backhander. So with that, Rick Honeycutt's going to come out.
There's no padding around Wrigley Field, is there?
No. Well, there is on the left field line and right field line. There's no padding on the walls that are the outfield walls. That's all brick. I mean,
so there is padding along the sides.
Yes.
I don't remember there being padding there when we played.
There was some on the brick that was right by the foul lines close to the foul pole. And this padding here is all brand new. And it's really good stuff. I used to have a little low fence here that was about half the height of the wall that they have there now. But they really have padded the walls with the idea to protect everybody, and it's working.
Here's Crawford with 2 outs and nobody on. Crawford against Anderson had walked twice. And his 2-out walk in the 5th inning is what got things started. Brandon Belt is on deck. We see Lopez in the bullpen. Crawford takes low. I don't know if they're going to call this one a sellout, but it's a good crowd.
See the 5 levels here at this ballpark. It's really high. When you used to pitch here, or still now when you pitch here, I mean, you really feel like you're in a cavern. It's the tallest area behind home plate that there is in the National League. The only one that was even close to it was Shea Stadium, was very tall as well, but this one is really high. That 5th level really gives you an unusual perception when you're pitching here. There you get an idea of just how high it is. Fun place to pitch. Look out. That would have taken his tricep right off his body. You think about Crawford, if you wake him up by buzzing him, you'll make him a better hitter.
Oh yeah, he's got a little Richard in him. Get on the ground to Gonzalez. And that'll end the inning. So Frias with a 1-2-3-6. Contos will come back out. It's 4-3 Dodgers.
is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Well, watch live TV right now with the NBC Bay Area app. You see breaking news and investigations from NBC Bay Area News, plus your favorite NBC shows live and on demand. Simply download the NBC Bay Area app, select Watch Live TV right now from the menu, enter in your television account information, and you are good to go. Watch live TV right now with the NBC Bay Area app.
Here's Peterson. Peterson doubled in a run in the third off of Lincecum. And a first pitch, maybe cutter, and it's no balls and one strike.
And that cutter's a pitch that's brand new, and it really has enabled him to do what he just did, to steal strikes. The league knows George Contos for 2 pitches, fastball and a slider, and he's got new looks. He's got a 2-seam fastball. It's become a good pitch for him, especially against lefties. He's got that cutter you saw, and he's got a changeup.
First inning, Peterson took extra bases in a run away from
he goes.
Angel Pagan.
Goes back and takes it a few steps away from the wall. A one-hop seed to Rollins, who rifles a bullet over to Gonzalez, and that was a double play.
Deep right center field. And gone. And it's 5-3. Third home run of the year.
And he beat his slider. He beat his best pitch. And it was not a hanger. He goes down and gets it. It's out over the plate, knee high. Gives you an idea of the pop this kid has in his bat. This 2-strike count. And he just backspins it right out of here.
So here's Frias. And he takes a strike. There's a bunt. And Contos throws it on.
Frias is getting down that line pretty well. I mean, this is a 6'4", 195-pound pitcher. And he was running like he was Justin Maxwell.
So here's Rollins. Rollins is 0 for 2 with a walk. And he takes very high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Jimmy Rollins, sometime this season, is going to hit a milestone. It's pretty impressive for a leadoff hitter. He's 6 RBIs shy of 900 for his career. This guy's going to get some serious consideration for the Hall of Fame.
Right. 2 balls and 1 strike. Panic to Posey, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Andre Ethier. Ethier opened up the third inning with a walk, and that's the inning where the Dodgers scored 4 times. And a strike at the knees. And inside corner strike, 0-2. If you're not sure he's quite buying it.
Yeah, he may have thought it was a bit inside. George Contos did. Contos is thinking. He shook off about 5 times.
Out of play.
He gave up a home run in a 1-2 count to Peterson on that slider. And that was an 0-2 slider that he just threw up there, and that had a little bit too much strike zone in it. If you're going to throw that slider right now, think back foot, throw that thing in the dirt. Because you can get Ethier to chase that ball in the dirt. He'll also chase that one above the hands. But he'll also beat you long in a 2-strike count too.
Hit out to left for Aoki. And that'll end the inning. Peterson's home run makes it a 5-3 lead for the Dodgers. By your local Toyota dealer. Lincecum and Anderson both threw close to 75 pitches. Giants with all of their runs in the 5th, and Jock Peterson's had a good night with the glove and with the stick. 5-3 Dodgers. So once Blanco was put into the game, bullpen when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. And once Liberatore was brought into the game, Duffy's going to hit for Blanco.
So Adam Liberatore, we saw him up in San Francisco, got sent down to Oakland City. Now he's back in the big leagues, and he was very impressive when we saw him. 4 1/3 with 1 hit allowed, 4 strikeouts, low to mid 90 fastball with a couple of different types of movement. He's got a curveball, slider, changeup, but for the most part, you're going to see fastball, slider.
So here's Duffy, and then you see Aoki in panic. Duffy trying to get aboard here in the 7th, and he'll take high strike, and it's 0-1.
Liberatore, big boy, 6'3", 240. 27 years old. I mean, he was born in Bellflower. Matt Duffy born in Long Beach. That's neighborhoods very close to one another.
A tough at bat so far for Duffy. Crawford left the game with tightness in his right side. That would be Carl Crawford.
Liberatore was not raised in Southern California. He was raised in Pennsylvania.
So Liberatore out in front of Duffy. No balls and 2 strikes. One and 2.
You got to have some guts to take that pitch. The first pitch of this at bat was not that far away from there. We haven't seen many high strikes called tonight from Eric Cooper. He's primarily a low guy, and he'll give you a lot of very low strikes, not too many belts. But once he calls the first pitch strike, now you're in an 0-2 hole. You got to expand and protect.
2 and 2.
Easy take there. As I mentioned, Matt Duffy born in Long Beach, raised here in Southern California. He's got a lot of family here in the stands tonight.
Oh, 2 to 3-2. This is the pitch that Mike's talking about.
Now it's a first pitch fastball, and it's right up there above the belt. Now the rule book definition says, you know, I mean, not the definition, it's actually under the letters, the definition of the rule book. But in reality, the umpires are told you can go 2 baseballs above the belt. That's the top of the strike zone.
Got it. A rough at bat.
Well, when you get the first pitch called above the belt for a strike, you think it's a high zone, and here's the 3-2 pitch, and that's at the very bottom of the strike zone. So that's a big spectrum. And you're right, that's a rough at bat, especially when you have a big pass list, and that's going to be the only at bat you get.
Here's Aoki. He's got 2 hits. Fouls this one back. Oh, 0-1 to Nori Aoki. I'll say this. All of a sudden now the strike zone's got a little bigger.
Going right back inside. And not a bad pitch to throw, with the idea that if you're going to throw a fastball, throw with 2-seam movement. It's going to have movement coming back into the left-handed hitter. Drop it down below the strike zone off the plate in. You move his feet, and that sets up a breaking ball away. He called a slider, shook it off. He wants a fastball. He's feeling good.
Tapped right back to where it came from. 2 outs. And here's Panic.
Number 12, Joe Panic.
Panic doubled in a run in the 5th. He's 1 for 3.
Pretty steady 0-1 from Liberatore. Young pitchers, if you can get on them early in an inning, they'll have a tendency to lose their confidence. But they get a couple quick outs, a lot of 0-1s, their confidence will soar.
Hit on the ground to Kendrick in a 1-2-3 inning for Liberatore. Gonzalez, Kendrick, Grandal coming up.
It's good inning.
A 5-3 lead
Number 23,
for LA. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake expert.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be Yusmeiro Petit, having a good season. No record yet, ERA of 3.72. Mid to high 80s fastball with exceptional command of the corners. 2 types of movement on the fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. Go get him.
So here's Gonzalez, who's 2 for 3. And he hits one on the nose to center field. Pagan back, and Pagan's going to put it away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Nothing better. Although that was a little more entertaining than just your average fly ball.
So here's Kendrick. Kendrick is 2 for 3. And he takes a strike.
You know, we saw him in 4 at-bats. 2 at-bats he's had men on base. He's jumping on the first pitch with nobody on. He's taking it. And that's the type of information that you kind of file away for your pitcher. If you have a guy who's aggressive in the first pitch, that doesn't mean don't throw him a first pitch strike. It means throw him a quality location on the first pitch. Stay in the corner. Mix your pitches. use a guy's aggressiveness against him.
Oh, 2 to Kendrick. On the ground to Crawford, charging. Crawford to Posey.
Well, MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 13 years. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand at True HD. Get over 400 mobile and connected devices, real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widgets, and much, much more. Every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV for details.
Here's Grandal. He's 0 for 3. And he's 3 for 10 lifetime against Petit. And he takes a strike.
You look at this guy's build. He's a short arm hitter. He is built for the middle end part of the plate. And I think he really looks to pull. I think he's got opposite field power, but for the most part his power is to the right side of the field, left-handed.
And Petit works him away.
But if you're a scout, you look at this guy's body, you're thinking, yeah, that's a guy who's going to have a compact, quick swing. Short arms will do that for you. The longer the arms, the more disadvantaged you are as a hitter.
Slowly hit. It's going to be McGee taking his time. And a nice inning for Petit. The right part of the lineup coming up for the Giants. It'll be Pagan, Posey, and Maxwell. Rematch tomorrow night of the game last Wednesday at AT&T Park, Bumgarner against Kershaw. And you see the pitching line for both of them. They both gave up 2 earned runs. And pregame live will start at 6:30 tomorrow night. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Yimi Garcia, the new pitcher now for the Dodgers. 10th time that he's come in, and he's off to a great start. Just 6 base runners in 9 2/3, and a lot of people thinking that this guy should be the guy who should close for the Dodgers in the absence of Kenley Jansen. He's got good stuff. 16 strikeouts in 9 2/3 against 3 walks. You'll see low to mid 90s with the fastball. From a low 3/4 release, you get a lot of movement, a lot of sink. You got a hard slider and a changeup. But basically, you think of him, he's a sinker slider guy.
And here's Angel Pagan, who takes down low.
You just don't see that many strikeouts from a pure sinker slider guy. Usually those guys have a strikeout walk ratio about 1-to-1, but Garcia much better than that.
Pagan is 1 for 3. 1 ball and 1 strike.
See a sinker baller who's got 16 strikeouts, 9 2/3 against 3 walks. You know you got something special, and this is why the Dodgers are high on this guy.
Buster Posey, and then Maxwell, and then Susac, and then McGee. And a good rip by Pagan, 1 and 2. Kershaw tomorrow.
Oh, you're right. It's getting easy for the Giants tomorrow with Kershaw. Then Greinke in Game 3.
So 1 and 2 to Pagan. Foul back. Giants with 6 hits in this game. The Dodgers with 9. Two and 2. This is the 8th. Three and 2.
Tried to backdoor him, and Garcia just made a mistake. He thought he had strike 3, and he had a little bit of an outward emotional display. And big league umpires do not like that from young pitchers. And you can see the glare from Eric Cooper, plate umpire.
Got him.
That didn't hurt him though. Came right back at 93 and him with two-seam movement on the outside corner. Well, if you're looking for the best coverage of San Francisco Giants baseball, you can log on to csnbayarea.com as insider Alex Pavlovich will provide wire-to-wire reporting of the Giants' 2015 season. Breaking news, videos, special features, and much, much more only on csnbayarea.com.
Here's Buster Posey, 0 for 2 with a walk. And he takes a strike. Maxwell to follow. Garcia's the 4th pitcher for the Dodgers.
Look out. The cutter he got underneath. See all the sink that Garcia has with the fastball and the slider when he stays on top. When you see when he gets underneath like that, it looks like it's a riser.
2-1 pitch. Here it is to Buster Posey. Swinging a bouncing ball into the hole. And Buster Posey's got a base hit. And that'll bring up Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Buster had no idea that ball went through. He ran right straight through the bag at first. So Maxwell's coming up. He's 1 for 3. swing. There's no balls and 1 strike.
First pitch breaking ball. So from Maxwell's perspective, he doesn't have a lot of history against Garcia. Garcia kind of did him a favor throwing him that breaking ball in the first pitch. At least he got a chance to see the spin and the break on it.
0-2. Made a great catch to save a couple of runs in the second inning.
Runners the second and third. Jimmy Rollins hits a top spin liner, and he goes down there and picks this thing right off the carpet. Glove making contact with the grass as he puts it in the pocket. Tim Lincecum liked it.
Right now behind in the count, 0-2. One ball and 2 strikes.
And that's the advantage of seeing that breaking ball early in the count when you don't know a pitcher. He comes back to it a 2-strike count. At least you're prepared. You've seen it.
Posey being held on by Gonzalez. It's 1-2. Breaking ball got him.
Oh, backed up. Set the target away. This thing winds up going right above his hands. That's a backup slider. It winds up being a great pitch. That's just a good mistake.
So here's Susac, who's 0 for 3. And he skies this one foul.
Well, I think he was looking hard stuff in, and he got what he looked for. And he just missed it. Watch his hips clear early. They set the target away. He's looking in. That was not the swing.
Here's the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now let's take a look at that pitch. They set the target away. This thing comes in, and he's looking in, and he just missed it. You can tell a guy flying that front hip early and open up. He'll cheat to one side, especially when he's the tie and run. He's got power.
Which is high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I always thought if you could throw a backup slider anytime you wanted, it'd be a great pitch.
Absolutely.
But you can't. We used to try and do it playing catch. Backup slider is a slider that's got the spin of a slider. It doesn't do anything. It's a cement mixer.
And that gets Cooper. It's 2-2.
But when you see slider spin, you're thinking you're going to get slider break, and when it doesn't move, it messes you up as a hitter. Think it's easy being an umpire? Watch Cooper, the umpire, take one right in the face.
So it's 2-2 to Susac. Flips this one into shallow right field, but it's going to carry out to E-field, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It remains 5-3 Dodgers. time for Giants baseball for Eastern's Giants Postgame Live. Highlights, reaction, analysis, it's all coming up after the game.
That's Bumgarner already strapping on his game face. He will be on the mound tomorrow night for the Giants, taking on Clayton Kershaw. A rematch when the two met in their last start in San Francisco, and it was a good one.
Van Slyke to left field in the park. Again, first pitch swinging. 1 out.
Number 5, Juan Uribe.
So here's Uribe. Uribe is 1 for 2. Line drive right field. Maxwell coming in. He dives. He can't get it. It does stay in front of him, so it'll be a leadoff single for Uribe.
Well, that's the danger of that play. I mean, you're sitting here down 2 runs. If you're going to dive, the one thing you cannot do is let that ball get by you. Now, he's playing with a lot of confidence. He's made a couple of plays like this the last couple of games, and he almost pulls it off again. But even though he doesn't catch the ball, he manages to keep it in front, and Uribe has to wind up and settle with a single. Good effort.
So here's Peterson, who's doubled and homered in this game. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Not an easy guy to double up. He's got a little lip to his swing. Doesn't hit a lot of ground balls, really. But he's also got good speed. Or if he does, he's still tough to get in on the backside of that double play.
In the dirt, blocked by Susak. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now, this guy's learning to hit in the 8th spot in the lineup, and that's not an easy spot to learn to hit. I like his power down there, but I think it's the most difficult spot in the lineup to hit if you're a veteran hitter, let alone a rook. Simply because when you have a pitcher backing you up, you're not going to see a lot of good pitches. Mark McGuire, his hitting instructor.
Two balls and a strike.
Chris Hatcher getting heated up for the Dodgers. He will pitch the 9th inning. The closer du jour.
And the first hitter that he'll face will be Casey McGee. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. See if Uribe goes. He does. Ball 4. So Turner's going to hit.
So Dave Righetti going to the phone. And he'll make the call down.
Number 10, Justin Turner.
Probably thinking about Jeremy Affeldt if the game gets to Andre Ethier and Adrian Gonzalez. Bruce Bochy might want to have a left-handed pitcher ready to go.
So here's Turner. And he hits a fly ball to center field. Pagan back at the wall. Gone. And that's an exclamation point here in the 8th. Yeah, you said it, Mike. Good night to hit.
Just haven't had the dampness come into this ballpark, which has a tendency to favor the pitcher late in the ball game. It's been a very arid evening here in Los Angeles, and that means carry. And that means carry to the middle of this field. Challenge fastball right out over the middle of the plate. And Turner looking for it, gets it, and backspins it right over the head of Angel Pagan. And that one hurts, folks.
So here's Rollins. Rollins is 0 for 3. And he takes high. Rollins spins on one and hits this one high and foul and out of play.
Pagan going back on him. Watch him make contact with the wall. Just simply ran out of room. It's one thing you can't do in Wrigley Field.
You cannot do that in Wrigley Field.
You know, you have the illusion when the ivy all grows in and you get the beautiful ivy, which is so pleasing to the eye. But if you do this in Wrigley Field, you're on the disabled list.
Indeed you are.
Because the ivy doesn't do any good. That's a brick wall behind. Doesn't even make a noise when you hit it.
So it's 2-2 down to Rollins with 1 out. 3 runs in here in the 8th.
I mean, you're used to the padding on the walls now. Guys hit it, makes a noise. Or some of the old board fence that you hit, make a noise. But you hit the wall at Wrigley Field. I mean, you may hear something yourself, but all those around you, nothing.
Not a thing.
It's like the volume's turned down.
And the walk to Rollins. Bochy really didn't want to go to the bullpen.
Number 16, Andre Ethier.
Well, he's going to do it.
So it's Javier Lopez he had.
So Lopez is coming in. And the Dodgers have broken it open here in the 8th. post-game live right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. The Warriors, you get match play, you get reaction to this game. Check it out.
So Javier Lopez, one of two left-handers the Giants have in their bullpen, coming in here. 11th time that he has come into a game. No record yet, 2.25 ERA. He's been fantastic. Just a couple of hits in 4 innings, 1 strikeout.
So here's Ethier, who's 0 for 3. 11 hits for LA tonight. Ethier swinging a foul, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
And we talked about the success that the Dodgers have had here at Dodger Stadium. 8-1 on the year coming into tonight's ball game, with 7 in a row coming into tonight's ball game in the win column. So they are definitely confident in their confines.
Bouncing ball to Panic. Panic to Crawford, and that's all they'll get. Panic exactly give Crawford a good throw, so we're going to broke the rhythm of the double play attempt. So here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez 2 for 4. And he rolls this one foul.
Infield plays to pull, outfield plays straight away. You really can't load up one side of the outfield with Adrian Gonzalez. I mean, he has almost as much power to left field as he does to right field. And it's not often you can say that about a guy.
Gonzalez is 2 for 11 in his career against Lopez. And he just gets a piece. It's 1 and 2.
When Gonzalez was with the Padres, the team he came up with, really established himself in Petco Park, hitting balls out to left field, which is, I mean, it was nobody was hitting home runs in Petco Park, and here was this guy hitting them the opposite way. And you talk about putting yourself on the map, but he has maintained it throughout his career. I mean, you can hit him out of any ballpark, but anywhere to the opposite field.
No swing on the appeal. It's 2 and 2. And this is tap foul. Well, Giants will have their hands full the next 2 games in this series. Bumgarner and Vogelsong against Kershaw and Greinke. Two and 2 to Adrian Gonzalez.
Wow. Very, very close. Caused Javier Lopez to stop for just an instant. And in that instant, I think he voiced his displeasure over the call to Eric Cooper.
Foul.
Outside, inside. Here's the pitch in question. Just a little bit outside it.
And I think it was.
kind of a pretty good eye to take that one. Especially when the corners have been inconsistently called tonight. He's not giving up.
Hit right back to Lopez, and that'll end the inning. Last chance for the Giants. They got lots of work to do. It's 8-3 Dodgers.
Time now for our play of the game. It's brought to you by Honda. And we think Jock Peterson, the young center fielder for the Dodgers, is that man tonight. He did it with a glove, and he certainly did it with the bat. A 2 for 3 night with a walk. He had a home run and a double. And the home run, a solo shot of George Cantos in the 6th. Put it all together, and he is our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
Kid from Palo Alto's looking good as the Dodgers on a 5-run lead.
New pitcher now for the Dodgers is the right-hander Chris Hatcher. This is not a save opportunity. Hard thrower. You're going to see mid to high 90s with the velocity. He'll sink and cut the fastball with a slider and a split. ERA a little roughed up, but look at the strikeouts, 12 and 6 1/3. Casey McGee taking. Down 5 runs, not a bad idea to take a strike.
Not a bad idea at all. McGee is 0 for 3, and he'll take the strike at the knees, 1 and 2. Crawford to follow. Got him. 97.
Oh, he's got some giddy up. And he's got really 3 pitches he can strike out. The slider's a good strikeout pitch, and so is the split.
With the 35, Brandon Crawford.
So here's Crawford.
I mean, Hatcher's no baby. I mean, this is his 7th year of professional baseball. He's 30 years old with 2 years of big league experience. Out of Council Bluff, Iowa. Council Bluffs. Originally came up with the Marlins.
Crawford skies one into center field for Peterson. And that's out number 2. And here's Belt.
Hitting for the Giants, number 9, Brandon Belt.
So Belt last hope for the Giants. And he takes down low. Overshift is on for Belt. And Belt takes low and away, 2-0. Here's the shift. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Healthy challenge there. 97 on a 2-0 count. They'll get your attention. You know what? They're used to it. You see it just about every game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mid to high 90s velocity.
3-1. There's Nori Aoki. Three and 2 on the swing and a miss. And the walk.
Quality at bat. You know, you're down 5 runs. I mean, those are the type of bats that you're going to get an attaboy from your hitting instructor, your manager. Hold your concentration through an at bat. Don't phone it in. That was a good at bat.
Here's Aoki, who's 2 for 4. Belt goes, and it's a called strike. On the ground to second. Kendrick to Gonzalez, and that's the ball game. So game 1 of the series goes to the Dodgers. And this one was close, Mike, until the 8th.
Yeah, it really got down to 2 big innings for the Dodgers. A 4 spot they put up off Lincecum in the 3rd, then a 3-run 8th inning, and that was enough to do the Giants in. So the Dodgers take game 1.
So the Giants know what lays ahead of them, and that's Kershaw and Greinke. They will be up to the challenge. Final score, Dodgers 8, Giants 3. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right now.